If you're a wedding photographer or filmmaker and you want to scale your wedding business to multi six figures per year, booking weddings with paid ads, my friends, my name is Peyton Helm. I have done that, and I'm going to show you how I did it for my wedding business and how I have helped hundreds of other photographers and filmmakers in the beautiful wedding industry do that for their businesses as well. I'm going to make this video pretty short and simple, but I'm pretty much just going to be breaking down everything. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Let's just go ahead and share a screen and get into it. So, like I said, this is going to be pretty short and to the point, so take notes if you want to. So this is how we scale to 100K plus per year booking weddings with paid ads. I say multi six figures because many of my coaching students scale to 200, 300, 500K a year or more. And yes, before you ask, that is possible, and I can show you how that's possible because ads are a numbers game if you do them right. So anyway, let's keep going. Pretty much here's what we're going to cover. I'm going to show you how I grew my wedding business, how I've helped people do the same. I probably should have put people there, but that's fine. How to get unstuck and scale your wedding business, because I know a lot of you guys are feeling stuck. I get that a lot. I'm going to show you my entire marketing and sales process for weddings. Like you're going to see everything from the top of funnel, people just coming in, to how I, fulfill inquiries, how I get them on the phone, how I close them, all that stuff. I'm going to show that all in this video. And then I'm going to give you a full breakdown of my coaching program called Full-Time Wedding Pro. You're going to see what's included, the structure of it. I'm going to touch on price point a little bit at the very end. And then if you want me to help you do these things that I show you in this video, so you don't have to try them yourselves and probably fail, then you can either, if you're watching this on a page that I've sent you to on an ad, apply below. For more info, or if you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to just click the link in the description and it'll bring you to a page where you can apply and get more info about the program. So anyway, yeah, this is what we're going to cover in this video. I want to briefly also touch on who this is for. So this is for part-time or full-time wedding photographers and filmmakers. I do very rarely service other types of wedding creatives, like makeup artists and planners and stuff like that. Or just wedding professionals, but mostly I am a photographer and filmmaker for weddings and elopements. That's my bread and butter. That's what I'm really good at. So this is specifically speaking to those of you who also do that. Also, this is going to be really helpful for people who are charging 2 to 3K minimum, like ideally 2 to 3K minimum for weddings with a good portfolio. If you're a total beginner, this is not going to help you. I don't really work with beginners. If you've only shot, 2 or 3 weddings, and like you just don't have a portfolio or a website or whatever, and you're not at least charging $2,000, but ideally charging like 3, 5 or more, then this really isn't going to help you. I have helped a lot of people who are charging like 2K to 3K raise prices up to like 4 or 5K minimum and then start booking a lot. But those are people who had a good amount of weddings in their portfolio. So anyway, if you've not booked a lot or if you're not charging a lot right now, this might not be right for you. But if you think like, hey, I really think I'd be a good fit, then let me know and apply below. Anyway, so you also want to scale to 100K plus per year or more. You're also relying on referrals, social media, God forbid, or you've tried ads before and they didn't work. Okay. I hear this a lot. A lot of times when we enter this industry, the wedding industry, they tell us like, oh, we just need to go and message planners and go and shoot like stuff for venues and like trade referrals and stuff like that. And while building a network is important, I agree with that. It's not necessarily a marketing strategy that you should rely on because it's not consistent. It's not reliable. It's not scalable really because you're trading more time for more referrals. It's not great. So, and that's why a lot of people get stuck. Also, if you've just moved to a new location, like I just moved from Tennessee to Florida, like if I was relying on referrals only, I'd be screwed because I don't know anybody here. So anyway, referrals, social media, or which if you're on the you're probably getting a ton of low budget leads that are ghosting you. Or you've tried ads before and they didn't work and you might be thinking, oh, I don't know if ads work. Spoiler alert, ads work great. All advertising works. You just have to do it right. If that wasn't true, then you wouldn't see any company ever advertising. You probably just didn't do it right or you didn't have a good brand. Either way, no worries. I'm going to help you do that. So, and then lastly, you're feeling stuck and you're really unsure how to scale. I get this a lot. Like I really do whenever I talk to people for my program. Like it's really difficult, especially this time of year, this year specifically 2023, 2024, it's been really rough for a lot of people. I get that. But at the same time, even though the market's changing, we're in election year, there's COVID happened, there's inflation, people are trying to save money. Even though all those things are at play, there are still so many people in the wedding industry who are having record years, myself included and my students included. So just because the market is changing doesn't mean that you lack the capability of growing your wedding business. And hopefully I want to help give you some of that control back in this video and or through my coaching program if you decide to work with me. If not, that's okay. Just watch this video. So anyway, I want to really briefly touch on who I am and also like who I've helped. So like why I'm qualified to talk to you. Basically, I'm a wedding and elopement photographer at Peyton Helm Productions, if you don't believe me. So this is my Instagram, at Peyton Helm. Feel free to follow me. But if you click on my top link, you can go to actually my wedding page. So yes, I do weddings, I do elopements. I am a photographer and a videographer, so I do both. Travel all over the world. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have much more to say. If you don't believe me, I don't know what to tell you. I started in 2018, so fairly fresh. Went full-time in 2020, right before COVID, so that was fun. And then I hit six figures in 2021. Probably would have done that in 2020, but you know, things happen, and that's okay. And then I had a lot of people asking me like, hey, I noticed you're running ads a lot, because they started seeing my ads. That's actually how I went to six figures, is I was running ads on Facebook and Instagram. And I had a lot of people asking me how I did it, and I just started coaching, and that kind of spiraled out of control into what Full-Time Wedding Pro is right now, which is a coaching program that has hundreds of people in the program, and I've helped, and it's been great. So I'm the founder of Full-Time Wedding Pro, the coaching program and podcast and YouTube channel that you're watching right now. I'm also the proud owner of a Shiba Inu named Peanut. If you want to see her, wait, that's not the right page. If you want to see her, that's her. That's my little Shiba. Her name's Peanut. She's great. I don't live in the snow anymore, but and she's upset about that. It's hot here in Florida. So anyway, that's a picture of me in Iceland. That was a pretty cool trip. Went there, shot a couple moments. It was pretty fun. So anyway, I want to really more so touch on who I've helped, because I feel like this is more important, because like anybody can scale their wedding business to six figures if they know what they're doing, but it's a whole different skill to be able to coach someone to do that. And I'm sure you guys, a lot of you have hired coaches that suck at coaching. I just want to show this because I feel like proof is important, and I actually have the skill of coaching and getting other people results. Really briefly touch on this stuff too. So up here in the top right, Elvis last month, he did 20K. I just screenshotted that. You can see 13 days ago. I'll screenshot it anyway. So last month he did 20K. Kayla did 40K second month of the program in a single month. Ivan did 60K in 2 months. Jamie did 16K his first month of the program. Jimmy joined the program, I believe, 6 months ago at the time of this screenshot. This was somebody asking him how the program was, and he had booked 130K in weddings since joining. So he's on track to do 300K or a little bit under that for the year. And you can see he had another testimonial right here where he booked a $7,800 collection and a $9,600 collection. So again, if you're wondering, hey, paid ads only bring in low budget leads, you're wrong. Katie did 11K in 2 days. Alex did last month. He had his ad spend was $30 a day running paid ads, so $1,000 a month. He did $12,000 in deposits and $5,000 one fulfillment payout. Everything from ads, and he charges 50% for deposits. So that's $24,000 in booking value, but actually 12K cash and another 5K cash. So that's 17K cash in a month, $1,000 a month in ads. That's crazy. Simon last month he did 24K. In weddings. Grant did 12,600 in weddings in a month. Austin joined the program 3 months later. He booked 10, 20, 42K in weddings. Frank sent out a 7.5K wedding and a 14K wedding. Thomas did 36K in weddings in a month, $1,700 spent on ads. Hira did $22,800 in weddings last month, and then another $33,000 in the pipeline. Jared joined the program first week, launched ads, and within 4 days booked a 7K wedding, which is pretty crazy. Javier came in, did a $9,000 wedding with $27,000 more in the pipeline. He's actually local to me. It's pretty cool. So anyway, yeah, this stuff works. And if you guys want to see more, this is where actually my program is hosted on this platform called School, and I have a wins channel. So you can see there's a lot of wins, I can keep going. Also, I post wins recaps with because people tell me on calls. So like tons of wins recaps. Yeah, all this stuff is here, as you can see. And these case studies that I showed you are updated. Like I'm recording this in July, and these were just posted like within the last couple of weeks. So anyway, yeah, this stuff works. Pretty much what I'm saying. So let's actually dive into the marketing process so you can actually see how the hell we get these amazing results. This is a lot, okay, and I recognize that. So I'm going to break this down from the very top of some people call this a funnel, kind of is what it is. I hate that word, but it is. So anyway, I'm going to break it down from the top of the funnel, which is over here on the left, and then go all the way down to booking, which is on the right. So I really briefly touch on the 3 major constraints of your wedding business, okay? And you might be experiencing all 3 of these, or you might be experiencing one of these, and one of these might lead to another. So the 3 major constraints are getting inquiries. Okay, so that's your marketing. So you're getting inquiries, getting those inquiries to respond to you and get on calls. That's the second. And then the third is getting them to book you after they are on the call. Those are the three major constraints that I see. Now, if you solve all those, a new constraint pops up usually where it's fulfillment, but most of you aren't there yet, and that's okay. So I want to really briefly touch on the three constraints that you might be facing. Getting inquiries, having those inquiries not ghost you, and then closing the ones that respond to you and get on calls with you. So we're going to touch on those three right now. Now let's talk about one of the ones that really most of you guys are facing, which is getting inquiries. So I'm going to show you the marketing strategies that I run. So obviously we're talking about paid ads in this video. Paid ads are important. I will touch on that. But also that's not the only thing I do. So if you see these ones in orange right here, the orange little boxes are for marketing. So those are getting inquiries. The website obviously is blue, and then the follow-up is green because money, I don't know. So anyway, here are all the things we do for marketing. So number one thing is we've got paid advertising. That is probably the biggest driver of success for most of my students and also my own wedding business. Second to that might be supplemental organic and referrals, but we'll touch on that. So two types of ads. Number one, cold ads. Cold meaning these ads go to people who've never heard us before. They're cold to us. And then second is warm ads. So warm ads are ads that go to people who have seen us before. So they are warm to us. So cold and warm, that's the definition of those two. So we run ads to both of those types of people who've never seen us before and the people who have seen us before. And sometimes we can do that automatically. So it's not actually two separate ads. It's one ad going to both, but it depends on the strategy. You would learn more about that if you join Full-Time Wedding Pro. So anyway, as you can see, the cold ads kind of start the process here, and they are in conjunction with and influence the other things that go all to our website. So everything goes to our website. Cold ad goes to website. Cold ad goes to email follow-up. So this would be like a follow-up email sequence. Like if you opted into something and I sent you a lot of emails with content and stuff like that, that's what that is. And as you can see, so if the ad goes to the email goes all the way back to the website. Cold ads go to social media, and then social media is great because social media can act on its own as a marketing strategy. So social media can take people to the website. Cold ads could go to social media and then go to the website, and social media just in general can go to warm ads because we're going to make content on social media and it's going to be shown to new people who've not seen us before. Hopefully that makes sense. So cold ads are a really, really great way to influence all of these organic marketing channels like social media or like referrals or like SEO. I probably could have even done a better job at showing that here, but it is what it is. So anyway, ads go to website, and then we supplement with SEO and referrals. So why ads? I get that question a lot. So paid advertising is tried and true, is the most tried and true marketing channel basically in any industry across all of business ownership. Everybody knows that. It works, okay? All ads do is get more people to your brand, all right? So we're gonna touch on brand here in a second. But ads, when you do them right, you have full control over your lead flow and your quality. Case in point, right now, I only take 10 to 15 weddings per year, and I am running ads for my wedding business right now, and I had to turn my ads off because I was getting too many inquiries. You have full control. You can decide with advertising, if again, when it's set up right, if you want to turn on lead flow or turn off lead flow and save money. If you want to change the quality of the leads coming in, then you can do that with very strategic decisions in your ad and with your brand. You have full control over how many leads you get and how high quality they are. Again, when ads are done right, AKA we don't do discounts and giveaways. Just wanted to preface that. Ads are consistent and scalable, again, when done right. They are extremely high profit when done right, meaning most of my students have a 10 to 20x return on investment, meaning if they're charging 10 grand for a wedding, they're only spending $500 or $1,000 to $1,000 in ads to book that wedding. That is a 10 to 20x return on investment, which is crazy. This industry is very high profit in general, which is great. They're automated and they're very time efficient. There are ad strategies you can set up that literally you set up once and you don't touch them for months. It's great. Easy to do, fairly. They can be a little complicated, but if you have a coach and a mentor that can show you how to do them or even set them up with you, very, very easy to do. you get instant results, which is great. Because like you're not having to set up SEO and then wait 6 months. You're not having to post every single day on social media and then wait a year. You're not having to like drive around to venues and like try to cold message, a 1,000 planners just to get referrals. They're instant. You get an ad up and you're getting inquiries and bookings within just a few days, as you saw from my case studies. And they help you rise above the competition, because like if you join the knot and stuff like that, or you're just posting on social media, you are cementing yourself in the competition. But if you are actually pushing your brand to new people who may or may not even be looking for a photographer right now, but then they see your ad and they're like, oh my God, yes, I want to hire them. You're rising above the competition because you're going straight to your end consumer. Now, yes, there is competition with advertising, but overall, there are significantly less wedding photographers and filmmakers advertising than there are just posting on social media. So you're rising above the competition, especially if you have a really good brand. Now, what kind of ads do we run? I get that question a lot. There's a few different types, and they all work. So direct to offer ads, that's literally a cold ad that goes straight to your website. That's what we would call a direct to offer, because we are sending them directly to our offer. And I don't want you to get confused about the word offer. We're not giving them a special offer. It's just in general, hey, if you're looking for a wedding photographer or filmmaker, that's what we do. Go to our website, learn more. That's very simplistic, obviously, but that's basically the strategy behind that ad. It's very easy. And it's also very hands-off. It is a little bit more expensive to run. So a lot of my students running that, they're at about a 10x return on investment, which is still amazing. But since it's more, or it's less time intensive, typically you're trading a little bit more money in ad spend to get the return on investment. Still incredibly high profit. And I don't know anybody who would say no to, a $200,000 check at the end of the year if they're willing to spend 20 grand, but there you go. So, second to that, lead magnet ads. So lead magnet is actually what you're watching right now. A lead magnet is a free thing, a free resource or whatever that will either educate or solve some type of very specific problem that your ideal clients are having in exchange for their contact information, or obviously to fill out an inquiry form and book you. Great type of ad. It's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. And there are a lot of options with this. It's a little bit more time intensive, but this is a very cheap strategy to run, and it's very high profit. Follower ads, so those are ads loaded to get new followers on Instagram. You might not be wondering how that equates to a booking, and that's where the magic of my program comes in, because I can actually show you how to do that. But anyway, that's an ad that works. Message ads work great, when done right. And then lastly, no discounts or giveaways. Discounts and giveaways are fine if you're at like $1,000 to $2,000 or even $3,000 per wedding. But if you're actually wanting to raise prices to 5, 7, 10, 15, 20 grand per wedding, which yes, some of my students do, you don't need to be running discounts and giveaways because they will not work for you. So that's the type of ads that we run, and that's why we run ads. And again, if you want me to help you run ads, if you want to see what to make, like what to write in the ads, how to structure your brand, how to go through the ads manager with Facebook and Instagram and set all this stuff up, how to fulfill the inquiries that come through ads, that's what I do in my full-time wedding pro coaching program. Apply below. Anyway, so that's the first type of marketing strategy that we run. And again, they all go back to usually to the website. And then supplemental organic. So there are 3 organic marketing strategies that I really recommend. SEO is probably the highest valuable one because it's consistent and it's automated, even though it takes a little bit of time, and you do the work once and you kind of reap the rewards for a long time. Social media, but in a different way. So not necessarily posting every single day on social media, but doing social media in a very strategic way where you are making content to convert the people who are coming to you from ads. So you're not having to make tons of trendy reels and try to get a bunch of followers because all of the people are finding you through ads. So you make content on social media to nurture the people who come to you automatically from ads. It's a very different way to run social media. It's how I do it. And it's great because you don't have to worry about making stupid reels that get you a bunch of followers that aren't even your ideal couples anyway. So when you can run social media that way, it becomes so much more enjoyable. And then vendor referrals are still amazing, but again, not a strategy to be relied on. They're great supplemental, but not something I would recommend all of you guys do by itself. And then lastly, the real way to make this stuff work is to have a really good brand. So you're going to see when I break down my coaching program that we focus on brand first because it is the most important. And I know, yes, like a lot of you have probably hired brand designers or you've put a lot of work into your website, and that's amazing. But I'm here to tell you that's probably not enough to have ad success, because most brand designers, while they're great, I know that because I'm working with 2 of them right now for both my businesses, they do great to give you a ideal client avatar and then structure a website around it. But most of the time, that's not enough to convert with paid advertising, even with SEO. Or social media. So what I teach in Full-Time Wedding Pro is how to actually build a brand and expand on a brand that you already have to convert people who come from advertising. So I just wanted to preface that here, but brand is king. You must have a dialed in brand with a very specific ideal client. I want you guys to understand commodity versus luxury. A lot of wedding photographers and filmmakers in this industry have a brand that's set up as a commodity, meaning like, oh, I'm a photographer, I do this and this and this and this and this, and I'm very cheap, here's my full pricing, and blah, blah, blah. That's pretty much like setting yourself up as Walmart. I want you guys to be a luxury brand, like Louis Vuitton, Lamborghini, whatever. Like, offer very few things for a very specific type of ideal client and charge a lot for it. If you can do that, you will have an incredible ad success. And again, that's something I help you do in Full-Time Wedding Pro. Memorable and unique is something that you want your brand to be as well. If people just go to you and they just see a generic wedding photographer, they're not going to remember you. But if they go to your website or your Instagram and you actually have something that's memorable to them and unique to them, something different than the rest of the competition, that's how you have ad success. Higher prices versus lower prices. I have seen consistently that every time my students raise prices within reason, like I don't really have any students charging like 100 grand, but every time my students raise prices, they make more profit off of their ads, because higher prices, as long as you have a good offer and everything else here, higher prices typically equate to a higher perceived value when it comes to booking weddings. So if right now you're lowering prices because you're trying to book weddings and you're not getting inquiries, if you're not getting inquiries, that's not a pricing problem. That's a marketing problem. And that's what you need to solve, and then raise prices. It's a big misunderstanding that people get into, but that's something that I help do again in Full-Time Wedding Pro. And then make sales and ads easy. If you do all this stuff, it will make ads and sales very, very easy for you. Now, I want to break down the back end side of this too. So whenever we get inquiries in, we text and email them. And yes, I am a huge proponent of texting. Now, if you own a big organization, you've got a big team, you're booking, 100, 200 weddings a year, you're probably going to have to hire somebody to do this or use some type of SMS marketing software. But if you're not, and you're under six figures, text your clients with your phone. I still do that. I still text my clients with my phone. I do have some automated bits in there, but I'm texting, and I'm texting my inquiries within minutes of getting them most times, unless I'm busy. And the more you can do that, the better it is, again, for most brands. Then we get them on a video consult call. So I like video because there's a conversion tier list. In-person sales is the highest converting, then video, and then audio. So we get them on a video call, FaceTime, Zoom, Google Meet, whatever you want to do. And then we're booking them at 5 to 15K plus. I put 5 to 15K because that's my average student, what they're charging, $5,000 to $15,000 per wedding for one service, whether it's local or international. So yeah, that's what we're booking on average. And then every time we book, we use very specific strategies to get all of these other things working. So more referrals from those clients, more organic content from those weddings, and more ad spend because you're getting paid. That's it. Like, that's everything. This stuff's not hard. You just have to know how to do it and know what to do in general. And that's what I want to help you do with Full-Time Wedding Pro. So again, watching this video, you're going to have two options. One, you can try all this stuff on your own and probably trial and error and lose 200 or 300 grand in potential revenue over the next couple of years trying this yourself, or you can hire me and I'll help you do it. And as you can see, I've got a fairly good track record. You're actually, if you apply and so when you apply below, you're going to get sent a video that breaks down everything, the whole program, the price point, my student data. So you actually will see what our success rate is and how many students hit certain milestones and what the percentage of likelihood is like that will be for you. But I want to briefly touch on what Full-Time Wedding Pro is and then why you should apply for it. So if you want to help me, good Lord, if you want me to help you do this, my goal for Full-Time Wedding Pro and for you is to help you scale to multi-six figures within 6 to 12 months or faster by raising your prices, working with your dream clients, and automating your marketing. That's what we do in Full-Time Wedding Pro. Now, there's 3 steps to it. Step 1, figuring out and structuring your $1 million brand. Again, if you've already hired a brand designer, don't worry, because I don't teach you how to build a brand from the ground up. Hence why I only work with people who already have a website, who are charging a few $1,000s per wedding, and you have a good portfolio. So I'm not going to show you how to build your first website. I'm going to show you how to actually take what you have and apply it for advertising success. So I'll show you how to attract your dream clients, refine your website, raise your prices, and master sales. The two back-end constraints that most of you will be facing if you're not already. Step 2, when you're done with that, and that only takes like a week or two. Step 2, we talk about mastering paid ads. So ad campaign structure and copywriting for advertising, managing and optimizing ads for consistent inquiries, and scaling beyond 6 figures. And also another thing, because I know a lot of you want to do destination weddings, you can book destination weddings very easily with ads, again, without offering discounts or giveaways. So I'll show you how to do that. And then after that, step 3 is mastering organic marketing. So getting ranked on Google and Pinterest. So you have consistent automated inquiries for free that you don't have to do any work for. Dominating social media, again, using a different strategy, not necessarily for more eyeballs, but to nurture the people coming to your social media from ads. And then building referral networks the smart way. That's what we talk about in step 3. So it's a 3-step system. You can go through it within 90 days. It's very easy. And then also I am there obviously to help you. Now, I also want to touch on what's included. Okay. And I will also touch on price here in a second. So there's 3 tiers to the program. I'm not going to break down the differences between each tier right now, but you can, again, if you apply, and I'll shoot you a video that breaks down all of that. So there's a video course and templates. There's a whole lot of resources in here. Okay. I've got ad templates. I've got a data tracker. I've got email templates. I've got inquiry scripts, call scripts. I've got a frequently asked questions worksheet. I've got a website structure checklist. I've got, what else? I've got a vendor relationship guide. Like there's so many tangible things. I've brought pricing guides, photo and video pricing guides, my own pricing guides I send to my couples. Like there's a lot of stuff here. I didn't just create a random course because like I mean, there is a course, but I wanted to give you a lot of implementation to actually get rolling on this stuff and not just sit through 40 hours of a course. It's actually a pretty short course. But anyway, that's the first thing. Second thing is there is a school and a Slack community. So this is the actual school community that I mentioned. So obviously you could post wins and post referrals, but you can just ask questions like Nick asked about SMS platforms, videography recommendations, whatever. You can also, like, they're asking what's the most successful ad setup, like, whatever. So you can ask anything or you can share anything and you can post wins. Pretty cool. So on a higher tier, there's also group coaching calls. So we do those. They're really, really small group coaching calls and they're not cheap. But pretty much like we meet twice a week and there's 5 to 10 people on at a time. We're on Zoom. We go for 90 minutes and any question goes. I can control your screen on there. You can share your screen. I can help you set up ads. We can look at your pricing. We can look at calls, like whatever you want. One-on-one mentorship is another layer of the program that I offer. So if you need one-on-one calls with me anytime, I got you. And we can do anything on those calls. I can listen to your sales calls. I can work on inquiry follow-up with you. I can set up ads with you. Like I can control your screen and set up ads for you. A lot of stuff there. We have a nationwide wedding referral network, which is amazing, and it's about to get a whole lot better. So I'm not going to shed too much light on that right now, but a nationwide wedding referral network. So you could literally get in the program and you could just use that and book a few weddings that way and pay off the program pretty much immediately. Pretty great. And we have a higher level mastermind. So the mastermind is for people who are already over 6 figures. We talk about a lot of stuff, scaling the businesses to multi 6 figures, hiring associate teams, managers, potentially selling businesses, scaling businesses. There's the education. There's a lot of stuff in the higher level mastermind. That won't be there for most of you, but that's okay. But anyway, if you just really want to get access to the program and start booking more weddings at higher prices, working with your dream clients, apply below to learn more. Again, if you're watching this on one of my website pages, just click the apply button. I will send you a free video that goes in depth on all of this stuff. I will say, as far as pricing, it's not cheap. Like, don't expect this to be like $1,000 course or whatever. It's not cheap. You will be investing. It's going to be like investing in a camera or a lens. It is a solid business investment because I'm spending my time to help you here. But I do offer payment plans. A lot of my people join through like extended payment plans, and a lot of times you can get that down to like $100 to $200 a month. So very, very inexpensive. And also with advertising, you're not going to be spending a whole lot in the first month either way. So even if you're on a little bit of a budget, feel free to apply below and just check it out, see what happens. And you will be either automatically approved or denied based on what you apply there. And then I will obviously also message you after you've applied and let you know if you're a good fit or not for the program. And then also, if you want to jump on a phone call with me and chat about things, we can do that as well. Just totally up to you. So anyway, my friends, that's how we scale to multi six figures with paid advertising. If you want me to actually help you with this whole process, again, apply below. If not, that's totally cool. No worries. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're on YouTube, feel free to subscribe and watch my other videos, and I will see you later. Bye-bye, my friend.